It is Tuesday, May 5th. Today for math we are working on fraction stories. That's lesson 711. We are going to use our fraction tools to solve the number stories about fractions. We're going to draw some pictures and we're going to get it all figured out. So turn to page 246 in your math journal and I'll get ready. All right, 246. This is lesson 711. We are going to be using fraction circles, fraction strips, number lines, and or pictures to solve these number stories. Make sketches of how you solved. Okay, good. I like to draw it all out, but I've got my fraction strips and poster here easily at hand so that I can use it. So number 1, Tanaya watched the whole football game. Micah watched 1/4 of the game, and Alma watched 3/4 of the game. Who watched the shortest amount of the game? Oh my, so it's one football game. 3 people watched different amounts of the football game. So let's see, it looks like, okay, this is whole football game. So Tania did 4. Micah watched 1/4 of the game, and Alma watched 3/4 of the game. So if this is my whole, this is 0, watched none of the game. This is watched 1 whole game. What are we dividing this into? What did they tell us? She watched the whole thing, so I know that Tania is going to be right here. She watched 1 whole part of the game. Micah watched 1/4 of the game, and Alma watched 3/4. Ooh, that is some total view right there. 1/4, 3/4. What does the bottom number tell you? It tells you how much the pieces are divided into. So our whole is divided into quarters, fourth. So with my pen, I'm going to divide this in half. Right about here. Then I'm going to divide those halves in half to get quarters. So if this is quarters, 0/4. This one is going to be 4/4 over here. Same thing as 1. These are going to be fourths, and fourths. We just need to fill in our top numbers, our numerators. So this is 0/4, 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, and 4/4. And here's my quarter numbers, and I have it right here on my number line. I could have used this, but I need to show my work, so that's why I had to write it out. Who watched the shortest amount of the game? Well, I don't know. Let's plot where everybody is. Tania, 4/4. Micah, 1/4. Right here, this is Micah, and Alma, 3/4. Right here, Alma. Who watched the shortest amount? Well, this would be the most. This would be second most. This would be the least. So Micah watched the least. He watched the shortest amount of the game. I know that because it's closest to 0. 0 is not much. None. 1 is. So what you guys need to do for number 2 and 3 is you need to draw a picture, whether it be a number line or a fraction bar, whatever you need, draw a picture to go with these. So I will read number 2 with you. Caden makes 2 cups of salsa for the party. The 6 guests share the salsa equally. Write a fraction that shows how much each guest eats. Oh my. So 2 cups is the whole. 2 full cups. So let's write a 0 and a 2. 2 cups of salsa for the party. So here would be exactly between 0 and 2 is 1. Wow. So we should probably write down this into 6 pieces. Right now, we have 1, 2. If we divide this again, we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, but that's not 6. There are 6 guests. So how many could I put in each? Wait, how many 2's make 6? 2, 4, 6. 3 and 3. Okay, let's divide this into 3 and 3. So I'm going to use my fingers and I'm going to stop them when they look pretty equal. Pieces, yeah. Yep, that looks pretty okay. And then I'm going to do the same here between these two. Whew, look at that. Okay. Katie makes 2 cups. Okay, there are 6 guests that share the salsa equally. Write a fraction that shows how much each guest eats. Wow. So let's look at our whole. How many pieces are between 0 and 1? I see 1, 2, 3. Ooh, so these are thirds. As are these. This can go into improper fractions. If this one is 0, this one is 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3, 5/3, 6/3. There's enough for everybody. What portion does each person get? From here to here is how much? From here to here is how much? Each chunk is how much? That is my challenge to you. Can you tell me? I bet you can. This one is another thinking question. 1/6 of the party guests were Wildcat fans. The rest of the guests were Knights fans. What fraction of the guests were Knight fans? Oh, this tells you, here's your hint, this tells you the number of people total. This is the fans total. If 1 out of the 6 liked Wildcats, which ones, how many, liked Knights? That is a question for you to find out. I know you can do it. Write the fraction of guests. That is for football party fractions. Then you guys are going to do fractions on number lines again, dividing and labeling. Remember, look at this is more than 1 whole. This is 4 wholes, 2 wholes, 3 wholes, 2 wholes. You need to figure out those. That is what you're working on for today. We're getting close to finishing up with fractions. So use all your tools and your previous pages to help you. And I'll see you guys later.